my name is Joel Neeb. I'm one of the authors of Survivor's Obligation. For me, the premise for the book began in 2010 during the most difficult period of my life. At that time, I was diagnosed with stage 4 cancer. I was told I had about a 15% chance to live. And at the exact same time, unbelievably, my son was diagnosed with a tumor in his lung. And so, as you can imagine, this began a nightmare period for my family and I. And as we were enduring this and taking stock of our lives and trying to figure out what's next, I'll never forget there was a sense of clarity during this time around what was most important in life and just some epiphanies that I wish I had had before the cancer diagnosis. And I learned that was not unique, that when people go through massive struggle and adversity, that they often feel like they have a sense of clarity that they were lacking beforehand. And I said, if I ever get a second chance, I'd like to share this story with others. And I did get that second chance. Unbelievably, my son and I are doing fantastic today. And I ran into another individual that was a fighter pilot. And he was flying an Air Force Thunderbird. He ejected from his aircraft a quarter second before it impacted the ground and exploded. And so he went through his own near-death experience. Trading stories with him, we both saw how, although this was the worst period of our lives and the most challenging times for us, the period afterwards presented clarity and growth like we'd never experienced before. And we learned about something called post-traumatic growth, that after you endure something extremely stressful, that the period afterwards, there's often an opportunity for this massive growth, and it's something that occurs again and again with individuals. And of course, post-traumatic stress, which gets the emphasis in most conversations, is very real, that you carry the scars of the adversity in your life, but post-traumatic growth is just as real. I think this is really appropriate right now as we're all struggling today. We're all going through adversity as we watch world events unfold, as we all deal with the effects of the pandemic and the lockdown and on businesses and our economy and everything else that we're being challenged by right now. We're all in pain and we're all struggling. But this should present us some moments of clarity as well. And I would challenge all of us to look for those and look for the growth opportunity on the other side of this. The reason the book is called Survivor's Obligation is because when I was undergoing chemotherapy and sitting in a room with these other amazing individuals for several hours each week and getting this poison pumped into my body, this chemo, to help combat the cancer, we'd all talk about what we were going to do when we got better. We tried to stay so optimistic, and people would say, I'm finally going to go and see the World Series. I'm finally going to go start the business I always said I was going to go start. I'm finally going to make this relationship work that hasn't in the past. And then not all those people got that second chance. I'd come back the following week and somebody wouldn't be there. And I did get that second chance, and it reinforced in me that I needed to make the most of this second chance. I didn't have survivor's guilt, a sense of remorse over having survived something that others didn't, but I did have something that I call survivor's obligation, a sense of obligation to live out that second chance the way others would have wanted to, and to pursue our dreams with that same intensity. And I think we're all challenged to do that today, because we're all survivors right now. This year is certainly one for the ages, right? We're all struggling, we're all challenged, we're all experiencing this in different ways, and there's going to be an opportunity on the other side as we survive this and we find ourselves in our new normal to build back better and to determine what we take from our previous lives and what we're going to invent and create for the new one, because it doesn't have to be the same, and post-traumatic growth is possible.